Alright, 6th graders, hopefully yesterday was reviewed. Today may be a little bit trickier, but I'm going to walk you through it. So today we're going to be adding and subtracting unlike fractions. Remember, like fractions have the same denominators, the bottom number, but these are going to have different denominators. So the first thing we have to do is find the least common multiple of the denominators, which is why we revisited that yesterday. So to find the least common multiple of the denominators, we look at the denominators, right? The bottom number. Then we're going to rewrite the fractions using the LCM, the lowest common multiple, as the denominator. Remember, this means you have to adjust the numerator to reflect the change in the denominator. So if we had to multiply the denominator by 2 to make it the LCM, the lowest common multiple, then we have to do the same thing to the numerator. Finally, you're going to add and subtract, add or subtract rather, the numerators. And remember, you should be able to keep the common denominator. And then, of course, you have to simplify if needed. Now, usually, a lot of times, if we have the lowest common, we probably won't have to do a whole lot of simplifying. But if we're using higher multiples of the two, then you might definitely be simplifying. But let's look on a few here. Say we have 1/2 and 2/3. Well, first we're finding the common multiple. And here, 2, 4, and 6. So 6 is a multiple of 3. So we're going to change them both to 6. How would we change the 2 to 6? We would multiply it by 3. So whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. How would we change the 3 to 6? We multiply by 2. Whatever we do to this bottom, we have to do to that top. See how that's really multiplying it by 1, so it doesn't change its identity. So now here we have 3 over 6 plus 4 over 6. Now we can just add the numerators, right? 3 plus 4 is 7, 6. And we need to simplify because it's improper. We can take one whole group of 6 out, and that leaves us with a remainder of 1. And we write that over the denominator. All right, let's look at 2/3 minus 3/8. So we have to find a common denominator. You can list them. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and 27, 30, and we're done. I know 24 is a multiple of 8. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 8 is 24. Anything smaller? I don't believe so. So I'm going to have to multiply these two by 8 and these two by 3 because we want them to be out of 24. 2 times 8 is 16. Remember, we're going to pay attention to our subtraction sign here. 3 times 3 is 9. So now I have 16 minus 9, which is 7, and we're writing that out of 24. Don't believe we can simplify that anymore. Okay, should we look at a couple more? Or you guys think you got the hang of this? I want you to pause your video for these next two and try them on your own. 5/9 plus 1/2. And I also want you to try 6/10 minus 4/8. Alright, so pause your video and try those. So we're finding an even multiple of 9 would be 18, right? So 9 times 2 is 18. Whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. And then to get 18 over here, we have to multiply by 9. So whatever we do to that bottom, we also have to do to that top. So we have 9/18. And then we're adding 19 over 18. We can take a whole group of 18 out, right? And we're left with 1 over that 18. Beautiful. All right. Last one, and then you're going to get started on your homework. Go ahead and give the Google form a quick check, too, to help your understanding. Now, 10 and 8. So I'm going to think about my multiples of 8 in my head, and then I'm going to count by tens. 10, that's not a multiple of 8. 20, nope. 30, nope. 40. Is 40 a multiple of 8? It sure is. So I need to rewrite these as like fractions over with a denominator of 40. So to get to 40 from 10, I'm going to multiply by 4. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 6 times 4 is 24. How do I get from 8 to 40? That's 5 times. So whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. If you're struggling with this, I need you to be working on your multiplication problems. Make some flashcards. Cut up a cereal box. Cut up a pop can box. Lots of boxes that you have that you can use. Reuse them for educational purposes. It's a fun time, right? All right, so now 24 minus 20 is just 4 over 40. Now I can reduce, right? I can take 4 out of both. So if I divided the top and the bottom both by 4, I would get 1 over 10. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 40 divided by 4 is 10. That's how I came up with those numbers. All right, don't forget the Google form today, guys, and complete your assignment. Have a fabulous, fabulous